Hey, it's your boy Z, aka Zypius here, and welcome to the edition of Snap in 5, where I'll give you all the top news and information from Marvel Snap this week in 5 minutes or less. Before we get to it, if you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button below to make sure you get your weekly dose of Marvel Snap news. Now, let's jump to it. This week I have an update on the long-anticipated series drop and how it will affect this week's cash. Second Dinner just announced that Nebula is a part of the big series drop, and that drop will occur on the March 4th patch. This will bring it down to a Series 3 card. The full details will be announced on or before February 18th of the other cards dropping down in the series. I'm happy they released this before the new week started so everyone can make an informed decision with your spotlight keys this week. But what I'm really happy is that we have finally a date and some information about this. Next week we'll get the full details of the drop so we can all start planning accordingly. So my advice and public service announcement is please hold off at least a week before buying any Series 4 or Series 5 card in the shop with tokens, as they may drop in series on March 4th. Now let's talk about the new game feature again this week, and that is Character Mastery. This feature will reward you for playing, splitting, and collecting variants of your favorite cards. To celebrate this new game mode from February 11th to the 17th, Second Dinner will be rewarding you when you share your Character Mastery progress. You click an in-game link when it appears to share and earn 100 credits. The coolest part about this new game mode is it's retroactive, so if you love playing Deadpool and have all the variants for it, you'll already start with some progress along the Character Mastery track. Each card will have 30 levels that you can progress through and hit mastery milestones to collect cool flares, finishes, splits, borders, and currency as rewards. I think this is going to be a great addition to the game. It gives us a new way to play Marvel Snap and making fun decks to achieve new challenges for each card. And we can really customize our collection by now focusing on the cards we already love and playing them more in new ways. I also think this feature is going to be great for all types of players, given the methods to level up each card and unlock those rewards. Overall, this is going to be a great change, and I'm here for it. I cannot wait to try it. Now let's look at the new card this week and the spotlight cash it comes in. We have the new card Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross this week, and it's accompanied by Blink and Nebula. Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is a 2-cost, 2-power card that has the ability, when your opponent ends a turn with unspent energy, draw a card with 10 or more power. This card has the best animation this season, as it looks like a payload dropping the card you draw and reminds me of playing Command & Conquer or Red Alert. Outside of that, I'm not too excited about this card. This card relies on your opponent to leave energy unspent so you can get the effect, and you can affect that with cards like Iceman or Luna Snow, but you still don't have full control over this. One interesting part about this card, it may change how your opponent plays, as they may be scared of you drawing that 10 plus power card and try to use all their energy their turn, making suboptimal plays. This card looks to have great synergy primarily with the Big Dumb Idiots deck, since you'll run a lot of 10 power cards there, and it'll work with cards like Scar, Cull Obsidian, and Crossbones. This card will also work great with Arishem, as you can draw any 10 plus card that you may have generated. So if you're a fan of both of those decks, I would say you should definitely get this card. If you aren't a fan of those two archetypes like me, then this is an easy skip for you. As with any new card, I would always recommend waiting to see how this card does this week before going for it. Cash-wise, I thought this was one of the better ones of the month prior to the series drop information about Nebula. This cash includes Blink and Nebula. Blink is a Series 5 card, and I would say one of the most underrated Season Pass cards. She has a really cool ability that is used only in a few decks to cheat out a 6-drop card on 5. Two cards that go well with her are Galactus and Hela. Hela, I would say, is her best home currently in the meta, and I think if you don't have her yet, she may be worth considering. Nebula is now a Series 3 card, but it's still a great card to add to your collection. One could argue one of the best 1-drops in the game at some times. But again, with her change down to Series 3, please beware as you spend your keys. If you're still on the fence and need some more guidance on this week's card and cash, you should go check out Drewsky's video below in his video series Snap or Skip, reviewing Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross and the Spotlight Cash. He provides you with an in-depth breakdown of the pros and cons of the card, synergies, counters, and 3 great decks on day 1 to go out and try with the new card. Now, to wrap this episode, let's take a quick look at the top decks in the meta. Top 5 decks for this week are a negative gore deck. Alex Coccia, who provides this every week, believes this is because it's a bot farmer, as most players retreat when they see this combo go off. Still a really fun deck, and a deck that I hit Infinite with 2 seasons ago. Next, we have a new ongoing deck using the Season Pass card Sam Wilson Captain America. At number 3, we have a mill deck that's been running through the meta the past few weeks. At number 4, we have a Bullseye deck. And at number 5, we have a Surtur deck. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of these decks and to see what 6 through 10 are, I would check out Alex Coccia's weekly breakdown below of the top 10 decks in Marvel Snap. If you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button below. I'll be coming to you every week with Marvel Snap content in 5 minutes or less as you prepare for your week of play in Marvel Snap. That's all I have for you this week, so I hope you have a great week, great pulls, and lots of cubes in the future. I look forward to seeing you next week. See ya.